Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Once again, welcome to my home, to my kitchen, and most importantly, to my heart. This is Fats Where the Flavor's At. Again, blessed to be with wonderful family and friends. We're staying in Rome for this trip, and we're going to bring one of the great Roman dishes, cacio e pepe. Cacio e pepe is a dish that couldn't be any simpler in terms of ingredients. When you look at the menu at the end of this show, you'll just see three things listed: pasta, Pecorino Romano, and black pepper. Literally means cacio, cheese, e pepe, pepper. It's all it is. But one fourth ingredient, which is a very important player in this too, is the actual pasta water, which will be starched up nicely. You see it's boiling. You see there's salt. Before I put the pasta in there, I'm going to throw about 1, 2, I can't count that high, but I'm going to put a whole bunch of black pepper in the bottom of this pan. I'm going to turn this pan on to a low heat, and I'm going to roast a little bit, if you will, the fresh, cracked black pepper. It's called cacio e pepe for a reason, and it is a lot of black pepper. My arm's tired. That's good for now. All right, so I've got the heat on sort of medium low. I'm going to kind of just sort of put a little bit of a roast on the pepper, get a little heat on it. I can go ahead and throw my pasta. Now for this dish, I like a spaghetti-like pasta, but this is called spaghettoni, which is a little thicker than the spaghetti that we had. Not quite as thick as linguine, not quite as thin as spaghetti. It's called spaghettoni. And hey, my name's Tony, so why wouldn't I do a pasta with my name in it? So we'll just drop that in. Again, we wanted to use a shallow pan with as little water as possible because we want to generate as much starchiness into the water as we can, because again, that'll make a very key player in this dish. While that's working, we got 133, 134. We're going to grate some more fresh pecorino. Now again, it's a matter of choice. Some people like to use a little Parmesan as well. For this dish, even more so than the carbonara, I like to stick strictly to Pecorino Romano. And it's just a matter of how much you want. That's what we're going to do here with the cheese. Once I got it in the bowl, is I'm going to add a little bit of water, and I'm going to mix it up and make sort of a paste, like a cheese paste. And that added to the peppery water, starchy mixture in the pan here to my right will create the creaminess of the sauce. And again, this is one of those dishes where a lot of people are very apt to bring out a pint of heavy whipping cream or some butter. But if it's done right, you don't need those things. If in your production you're not getting quite the creaminess that you desire, there's no shame, there's no harm, there's no foul, there's no crime. Throw a little cream in it. The thing is again, just finding your love, finding your passion, finding what tastes good, finding what works well for you when you make these dishes. And I'm still grating, and I'm still grating, and I'm still grating. There we go. Cacio pepe. Cacio pepe. All right, let's give it a little bit of what pasta's doing. This takes a little bit longer to cook. Tell you what, we'll take a little break, refill our wine glasses, come back in a couple of minutes, and pretty soon we'll be able to start putting all this dish together. See you soon. So we're back for a couple of minutes. We're going to take a little bit of water here from the pasta. I love that. And throw that in. And throw that in. So again, with the carbonara, we made what we make. We made a bacon stock. Now we're actually making what I want to call a pepper stock. And pretty soon this will have a lot more water in it. We're going to transfer the pasta to this other pan and finish cooking it with the pepper. While that's going on, I'm going to throw a little water, it's probably enough, into my bowl of fresh grated pecorino, just a little more. Always look for these little white caps, because that's again where you're going to find most of the starch. Grab a spoon. And while that's finishing up, we're going to go ahead and just sort of mix this and create what I call a cheese paste or a slurry with a little water and just grated pecorino. And now that this has been done like this, I decide I think I want more cheese. So I'm going to add a little bit more cheese. Cheese, cheese, and more cheese. Because that's where the flavor's at. All right. Just a touch more water. Boop. Or I could trash a stovetop. All right. So again, we'll just mix this around. So this, along with the peppery salt water from the pasta, is going to basically be our sauce. And when it's all done, and we plate, we're going to top it with, guess what? More cheese and more pepper. And if we do it right, you're going to see these wonderful little flecks of pepper throughout the pasta, throughout the creamy sauce that's generated. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Maybe another 2 minutes. Tell you what, give us 2 more minutes and we'll come right back. All right, our pasta's cooked, and so we start the process of moving it from the pasta water into the pan with the peppers. It's still quite, maybe another 2 minutes before al dente, which is perfect because again, it's gonna finish cooking in this wonderful peppery broth, if you will. Turn the heat up on this just a little bit more, get that really going. Mix that around. Tell you what, we cut it close on the carbonara and the pasta, so I'm going to get every strand I can. All right. So then if you look at the bottom here, you see that white there? That's all starch, you know, and that's just going to lend well to creating a thickness or a slightly thicker quality to what's going on here. Nice starchy water. And we'll finish cooking it, the pasta to al dente here. By now you should really start getting the scent of the pepper working out into the air. Turn that off. Whoa. All right. Add some more water. And boom. All right, once we get this water cooked down just a little bit more, you know you've got your pasta right where you want it. And listen, I mean, don't challenge fate. Don't be afraid to taste your pasta while it's cooking. About 2 more minutes. Let that cook down. And we're going to do the same thing as we did with the eggs. Once this pasta is where you want it, you're going to take it off the heat for a little bit. You're going to add your cheese paste, if you will, your slurry. You're going to mix it all in nicely. You're going to toss. You're going to toss. You're going to toss. You're going to create this creaminess, and if all goes well, it'll be a nice creamy texture. What can go wrong here sometimes if you go in with a hot pan is you can get sort of a stringiness from the cheese, which is something that you want to try to avoid. And I love the spaghettoni for this particular dish very, very much. Spaghettoni. Get my little spatula. Pepe. Louie. 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 Yeah, every episode. Put him next to the menus at the end. All right, so we got the water cooked down. Pasta's cooked where I want it. I'm going to take it off the heat for a moment. And I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese mixture. Ba, ba, ba. Get it all out and just work it in. Slowly work it back to the heat, the low heat. And then this is just a process. This is just what you do. You put the thyme in, you let the cheese sort of really work into the water and the pepper, and you'll see it start to thicken up from the starch and from the cheese. Got my bowls ready, hon? All right. So yeah, so if you see here, you're starting to get that nice little creaminess starting to form. Just keep that going on a little bit more heat than that. Let's see if I can do this without wearing it. Try to do a more gentle toss. Set that off here. I need that. Huh? No, that's there, right? That's fine. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you. I think we got a dish. You dab, let me sip, and let me play. It's a process, you know. There's a method, there's a rhythm. All right, so this is a dish if you like pasta, if you like pepper, and if you like cheese. This is your dish. All right, honey. I'm going to have you put a little grind of pepper on each dish. I'm sorry, no, yeah, I still need some cheese. Oh, there it is. Bye. All right, take it easy. Yelling at me. Yeah, it is tough. All right, that concludes another episode of Fats Where the Flavor's At. We had fun. We had fun with cheese and pepper. Everybody enjoy their food?
Yes.
Good to hear. All right. We're going to stay in the country of Italy, but we're moving on to the northeast of the country with wonderful creamy polenta with spring vegetables. I'm excited to share that with you. We're going to do an organic red blend for that dish as well. Until we do that, which for us will only be in about 10 minutes, but for you guys it'll be the week after. I will raise my glass to all of you out there, to all of you here, my wonderful friends and family who I adore with all my heart. Find your love with what you do. Find your love with who you do it with. God bless you all. Thank you. See you next time. Fats Where the Flavor's At. Fats Where the Flavor's At. Cheers. All right. Cheers. Bye-bye.